What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the second installment of Game of Thrones Tragedies. They deserved it. And today we'll be talking about Septa Unella, and Robert Baratheon, aka Bobby B. Um, you know, there's a lot and many and more things we can say about this, but without further ado, I'll introduce my co host, Alicia Kingston. How are you doing today?
What is going on, my brother? Welcome, YouTubes, to another action packed episode of They Deserved It. I heard that there were a bunch of y'all in the chat room before we even started. I was running around for the past couple hours, so I missed all of that. So, hello, chat room folks. Fearless Mermaid, Forrest Blurta, Fake Aria, Peter Griffin. Let's see, Steve York, Mackenzie Burns, my fellow homie. Always good to see you. Storm Steel, Danny McKay. Let me scroll up, see if I miss some folks. Cabaco Carlos. I don't think I've seen your name before, sir. Welcome. Katrin C. Tubbs, what's good, man? Thank y'all for coming in, everyone. If I missed you, I apologize. YouTube only lets me scroll up so far. Jordy Jedi, what's good? Tina Sarah, Circle Jean. Lovely to see everyone. Thank you guys for coming to join us. And we got two segments again, two fresh faces for the chopping block. Did they deserve it, or were they innocent? Here's the right answer. They all fucking deserved it. Every last one of them. No one is safe. Y'all know we're coming for everyone, maybe with the exception of Hodor. Hodor didn't deserve it. Anyone else? Questionable.
You could argue that Hodor should have learned the word no at some point.
Okay, I mean, you know what? I'll give you that. However, how do you really battle someone in your brain and you have no training over that at all? That's I don't know. I don't know about that one, man. I think a lot of folks will fight you about that.
Well, I'm just being an ass.
And actually, yeah, Mackenzie actually put up a good one. Lady didn't deserve it. No, you're right. Well done.
Ghost and Nymeria don't deserve it either. We better see them. I don't think we're seeing them. Or we'll get just Ghost's eyes while he gets killed by the White Walker. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna hate that. Anyways, let's talk about.
I'm telling you, no, I'll find a reason to put Ghost on there for something. I don't know what, or for something. I can find a reason.
He did something. He's being shady.
We just don't know what's happening yet. He's not left off screen for no reason. He's just sitting in his room sulking because John's got a dragon now. That's the problem with Ghost. He in his feelings about shit. But that's neither here nor there. Let's go on and move on to our first contestant on the chopping block. Shame. Septa Unella. I don't know. We really don't have a whole lot on this woman. All we know is that she is a ridiculous fanatic of the High Sparrows. And she is unnecessarily cruel as well. I'm not a Cersei fan, but holy fuck, was Cersei getting the business from Septa Unella. I won't lie, I did laugh a little bit, like when she poured the water out and made Cersei slurp it up off the floor. Cersei deserved that treatment, so I was here for it in the time. But was it unnecessarily cruel? Yes, it was, folks. But John, what do you got to say?
It's bad when a character can make one of the most evil characters sympathetic in our eyes. This is what brought Cersei back to humanity for us. This is why everybody's rooting for Cersei.
Only for a hot second.
Fandom Descent would argue you.
So strong. Well, Fandom Descent, that's a whole nother category, man. We can't even put him on the level. He's never gonna see any wrong on where Cersei is concerned.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, we do know that Septa Unella has the best mean mug I've ever seen.
Resting bitch face on 9,000. She has it. No one has her beat on that.
Oh, hold on. I got a question from the imagination realm. What is up? news segments brought to you every Friday and Wednesdays by the Imagination Realm. Um, is she dead yet, or is she still getting the mountain justice as far as Septa Unella? What do you think? I think Qyburn made her into something.
I think since we've seen the mountain going about his duties, he's probably already done whatever he was doing to her. And I think you're absolutely right. If she isn't dead and gone, then Qyburn definitely made her into something. And we might maybe see her later. You know, Qyburn, maybe he's been working on some counter other white that's gonna come in and save everybody. You know, Septa Unella was a big chick. So he might have forged her into some type of weapon. I don't know. I think that would be awesome if he did, quite honestly.
Pinful theory. Shout out to Catherine Harding and Tina Sarah real quick. Didn't work on me. I'm dead inside. Septa Unella, Frankenstein's bride.
I'm with
it. You know, the mountain's bride. She would make a. I mean, they're close in stature.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, she could fit it. She could fit it.
Ooh, you know, Cersei does need a loyal army, and what's more loyal than an undead drone?
I mean, she has one already. You might as well complete the set.
Qyburn's notorious for this in the books, right? He has so many live people experimenting on.
Exactly. Yeah, like the one lady, I forget what her name is, but he just said that, yeah, she can't feed herself anymore, so we'll have to find someone else to do that. What the fuck are you doing to this woman that she can't feed herself no more? Is like her mouth closed, or did you take her hands, or both? Like, what? How do you get into a situation where when you describe someone, you say they can't feed themselves anymore?
I think of a torso just on a table talking.
I mean,
like Deadly Class, like, is it Hector?
It's Qyburn. You can't put it past him. You cannot put it past him. It might be. I don't know. But I would love to see it, quite honestly. So
something with the white hand's going to come to fruition, and the only people we have is Septa Unella and Nym and Ilaria, right? So
yeah,
I guess
Cersei isn't gonna let Qyburn touch Nymeria. No, that's her personal toy and plaything now. Nymeria and Ilaria are never leaving that room that they're in. Even when they're dust and bones, they just gonna stay there.
That's a good point. Oh, what's up, Bobby Catalano, Nikolai Jerkin, and
Aaron Warner, thank you for coming in, my darling.
Oh yeah, Aaron Water 365. Thank you so much for popping by, and everyone else. Also, we got a little thing a little treat we're gonna give you tonight during the segue here. So we'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, let's finish up Lady Unella. Really, plain and simple, she deserved it. I understand you're supposed to be on personal guard of a prisoner and be their teacher, quote unquote, and guidance during them relearning the faith of the Seven, but you do not have to be as horribly cruel as you were. So yeah, I mean, she really didn't do one nice thing, and she led the shame route. That was her happily leading the shame route. The only cool thing about Septa Unella is when she isn't Septa Unella and she's just like the actress that portrays her, she's sexy as hell. Y'all go Google that woman, seriously. That's the only good thing I can say.
The guise of a religion to justify her evil actions. No one's saying Cersei's good, but this is not the intent of the faith of the Seven, right?
Exactly. So Septa Unella, did she deserve it? Yes. Actually,
110%. She's still deserving it as we speak, probably.
You know what? I really like the thought of Qyburn doing some random mountain things to her. I think it would be kind of epic if we did just see her come out of some random dark hallway while Cersei is being chased down by the Night King or something, and just come out swinging on cat. It's just it'd be awesome to see. We probably won't see it, but it'd be cool.
But the Husky said you deserve it.
You know what? Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm an extremely great human all the time.
I probably deserve it myself.
How many people are gonna be that honest with you about themselves? My head could easily go on the chopping block. I told you, no one's safe. Damn it, no one is fucking safe.
You could get chapped lips at any time and end up like the dude in the pilot. So just be careful, you know. Um, did he deserve it? Yeah, he definitely did. Them lips was fucked up. Um, let me see what we got in the chat
Right,
here.
yeah, Mackenzie's absolutely right. There is this wave of blue fucking names and wrenches in the chat right now. Like, damn it, did we make all of our friends mods? What the fuck is
Well,
going on
I
here?
had to make a bunch of mods one day. I had a bunch of people in the chat, and then it died down afterwards. So I won't be making any new mods for a
I think
while. Don't take it
you might
personally.
need to go through and edit that list. Holy shit.
Well, I don't want to offend anyone, so just get us growing, and then the mods will thin out a little bit. No problem, Susan Dunkel.
Susan, you're still giving out wrenches.
I didn't do that now. I must have did it like a while back or something. I have no idea. Are there just
OTPA. What is going on, my son? I just now saw your name pop up.
But I will give out more Spaniards as soon as we grow some more. And I say we because we are a family, and that's what we're going to do. I am here to entertain you guys. Are you not entertained? Jinx.
We can't
but,
chase us, and the whole panel would be boring. We'd both have to be quiet. I don't think the people came here to see us be quiet.
No, they didn't. They didn't. Claire Gray.
Hey, what is going on, my lady?
You will be on with me Monday, right, Claire? And Miss Catherine Cronin will be there as well, if I'm not mistaken. It's going to be a fantastic Nooners of Thrones on Monday. Also, I think you have a question.
I watch and rewind, unfortunately.
What?
I said that's a show I can only ever watch and rewind, unfortunately.
Oh, it's all good.
I'll catch it when I get home. But a question. There was a question. We have a small giveaway to do today on Johnny's channel, and I am wondering, and you're only gonna have about 10 seconds to answer this. So, I mean, you might have thumbs of fury, and you may be able to Google the answer before someone else. However, I'm gonna bet that you can't type that fast. So, here's the question. What awesomely famous sword can be seen in the Iron Throne? 10 seconds, go! 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Really? No one has this?
I got the line drawn and everything, ready to send it.
And done. Oh, at the end, at the very end, fake Arya coming in for the win. You lucky duck.
Gandalf.
See, I would not have accepted Gandalf or Gandalf's sword because that's not the name of the sword. But fake Arya said Glamdring, and yes, Glamdring is the answer. So you, my lady, have won this delicious pack of Game of Thrones Oreos with the house sigils on all of the cookies. So
now Arya don't deserve it by rubbing it in.
Yeah, don't put yourself on the they deserved it list, fake Arya. You be a gracious winner, damn it. But hit me up on Facebook, fake Arya. Send me a message of your actual name and address, and I will send that out to you next week, my lady.
Oh, y'all are awesome in the chat. I love y'all. Love you so much. Y'all are fantastic.
And thank you for taking this ridiculous journey Johnny and I have set ourselves on.
I think they love it. And James Franco's loving it as well. Mandolin, what is going on?
What's good, Mandolin?
We'll get right into our favorite character ever, the person who started it all. There would be no Game of Thrones without this character and Peter Baelish. Bobby B, the man, the myth, the hammer. And, he started this for love, supposedly, but I think it was more his pride that was hurt. But this man was a bad, bad boy.
Do you see my face?
I do. And when he throws a tantrum, he gets what he wants. He only had one defeat during Robert's well, Robert's rebellion. He would name it after himself, right? And and that was the Battle of Ashford at the now ashes Randall Tarley, at the hands of Randall Tarley, and he just made a rampant rave throughout the kingdom, and afterwards he had to marry Cersei, or Cersei marry him, depending on how you would look at it. And this was never good enough for the man, right? Do you have anything good to say about him before we get into this deserved it stuff? He was a nice drinker, and he did crush Rhaegar's breastplate stretcher, but
See, you couldn't even finish that sentence without
no.
laughing. He was an epic drinker. I'll give you that. And like Stannis said, Robert had a way of literally making enemies that he was fighting with just 10 minutes ago be in the tavern drinking with him after being conquered, and they be right on his side without anything like that. He was able to garner those relationships, and that was right. Was he an epic drinker? Also, yeah. I don't think there were too many dudes in his day that could drink him under the table. Let's see. He was an excellent fighter, an absolute excellent fighter. One of the best, I think you could say, in his day, because that Warhammer wasn't no joke. Like Ned with both hands could barely lift that. I think he said he only managed to ever lift it up once. And that's just lift it, not necessarily swing it or use it during sparring or anything. And Bobby B was rolling around with that thing in one hand slung over his shoulder. Keep in mind, he went to battle with this thing. So he had some muscle for being the sloppy drunk that he ended up being when he was in his younger days. He was a big boy. He was a big boy. So he definitely had it going down. And, we know he was a ladies' man. I don't think there's the only other person that might have been slinging more dick than Robert is maybe Oberyn or Brandon Stark. Garth Greenhand. That's legendary characters. Those are the only three I can really think of that might have been out there having more kids than Robert. So besides that, ain't too much more you could say that's great about Bobby B. I mean, his first kid, when he was still in that area, he did actually spend time with her when she was
Maya Stone.
And he did actually consider raising her and bringing her to King's Landing when all was said and done, but he knew that Cersei would probably kill her, so he left her in the Vale for her safety. So that's one cool thing. And Maya's pretty awesome. She, I believe, is his firstborn, and she very much, from the little I've seen of her, takes after Robert.
Yeah, and then Bessie with the big tits, he ended up supposedly possibly having a baby with her. Bessa, at the Battle of the Bells, I believe is where that happened. And
welcome to my
Arya went through there.
Queen Tea, baby. Thank you for
coming. What's going on? And throughout this whole time, he laughs at the people who spat in his face. Balon Greyjoy spits in his face, telling him, "You're not my king. You can't call me a traitor." And he laughs and raises him back up. He does this with Jaime. He does this with everyone. And Stannis doesn't even know what to think of it. He's going through the book just wondering why Robert was loved so much. And it's that, I don't want to say alpha male, but he's open-handed, and he, I guess, was the epitome of the drinking buddy you wanted, right? And he's easily manipulated, so you're going to want to leave that guy in power. And I think, that's the main reason that Robert stayed there, that he wasn't killed sooner, because there were many opportunities. He was so sloppy.
Because he didn't
what
care.
He did to Jaime.
He didn't care. That was the thing. His main goal was never really to take the throne. It was just to make Targaryen suffer. That was pretty much it. Him being on the throne just ended up being a thing that happened. If Ned would have said he wanted the throne because he got there first, Robert would not have cared or given two fucks. He would have let him have it and would have fucked back off the Storm's End so he could fuck some more girls.
Yeah, and not to mention, I got a quote from Ariane Martell here. He climbed onto his throne over the corpses of children. though I will grant you he was no Joffrey. And yeah, he let everything slide with the killing of those babies.
Mm,
He just overlooked it. Robert was a person who doesn't see the truth because he doesn't want to see the truth. He knows
exactly.
it's there, but the pain, the emotion of it, he's not man enough to deal with it,
Right,
you know.
right. Exactly. Exactly. He couldn't get what he wanted, and he couldn't in his mind, I think, even recognize the fact that Lyanna didn't want him. See, and this is the thing about Robert. Women didn't tell him no. He had that charisma. If he wanted the draws, he didn't even have to ask for it. The women were throwing the panties at him left and right, except this little girl named Lyanna Stark. She was not on that fuck shit at all. And Ned, even, and this is a problem with Ned, this is one of the reasons he's on the fucking list too. He even tried to defend Robert, and Lyanna was like, nah, bruv. That's all well and good what you're saying, but none of that is going to change the true nature of a man. And she was absolutely right. Robert, by the time they were betrothed, already had like 2 kids. The fuck are you telling me about honor and marrying this dude? Really? Like, in Rickard, I don't know what Rickard was even thinking. I get that Robert's a high lord. I understand that, but you really put your daughter in a fucked up situation, betrothing her to a man like Robert.
Yeah, and this goes back to John Aaron and being fostered in the Eyrie with Ned and how close they were. And this had to be more of a marriage for honor, for the growing of your house, in a sense. I don't think any Stark had wed a Baratheon up until that point, right? If I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken, it's a pretty rare thing if it has ever happened. And so that was a big deal, and I think that the fact that the Storm Lords for once didn't consider the Wolves of the North as savage people, which they were always considered to be. I think maybe Rickard Stark was jumping on
I
that. Maybe.
well,
That's just a
I'm not
guess.
sure that the Baratheons ever truly looked at the Starks like that. Excuse me. I mean, because you got to remember, they only have, well, according to legend anyway, their castle is only built in the awesomeness that it is because a Stark designed it.
Supposedly.
So
That's a good
so if we take that into account, I think from the very beginning there's been decent relations. They might not have been like close and thick as thieves as Robert and Ned were, but I think they had a decent amount of respect for each other. That they never really badmouthed each other or had any troubles with each other, at least none that we know of.
No, they were more in a sense because they did build Storm's End, but that was the Durandons,
Yeah,
and
true enough, true enough, true enough.
Baratheon is
But
half
either way,
brother.
they still wouldn't have it.
Yeah, and the last time they really had interaction was with the king who knelt. So it could be a way
Yeah,
to
I mean,
bridge the divide there.
there possibly might have been some discord at some point, but it wasn't important enough to be put down in history. So, eh.
Yeah. And I would just think that would be why they would make the arrangement. Plus, Robert was so well loved, like you said, the charisma that he had. He probably just Rickard Stark probably liked him.
Yeah.
It could be that simple, right? And
And by all accounts, Lyanna was a pretty popular young lady in her own right. I mean, not only is she a daughter of the current Lord Stark, but she's like known around the North for her awesome horse riding skills, and that's just not a thing that women are known for, even in the North. So
well, so
I appreciate that. And T Baby with the most random comment, I want some chocolate. I understand, but
what's up,
okay.
Otila? And Steve York says you convinced her, convinced me. And Otila. Oh, hey, there was another one. Oh man, I'm listening. I'm missing it here. Oh goodness, I lost a comment from. I can't even remember who it was from.
Oh, good
Oh,
job, losing
Tamara Magdalene. I give him a pass because he made the 8.
I
I,
mean, Oberyn
uh,
made the 8 too, but he on the chopping block too. No one is safe. You do
Yeah.
not get a pass.
Oberyn made the 3 dozen.
All right, he
Uh,
made the 8 and went over to Essos. Yeah, he was out there. That's all that can be said.
I
And
know.
T Baby says Liana deserved it too. Yeah, she's on the list. Y'all, if y'all think there are people that we're not putting on the list, you are absolutely wrong. Like I said, people like Hodor or the character Lady, those folks might be safe. True innocence is actually safe, but Liana wasn't innocent.
Rhaegar deserved it more than Robert.
Rhaegar deserved it too. Absolutely. But we're not going to go into him on this episode. But rest assured, you will be hearing about Rhaegar.
So through all this, even after this, he goes and tries to kill more kids. You know, you can say he didn't murder those children, but he didn't bring justice for that, and that always bothered Ned as well. But seemingly Ned had an okay, you know, it bothered him, but it wasn't enough for Ned to push, even though he tried to. Still, he had to give in to Robert because he's the king, and of course, Robert pardons every damn person involved. After that, he tries to go kill Daenerys, especially when she's pregnant, right? Pretty sure this is what pushes Ned over the edge to pull down, take off the hand of the kingpin.
Yeah.
And
is what he wanted to go after. It was she wasn't pregnant yet, or no. Yeah, you're right. That was after Jorah had sent the letter saying that she's now with child. So yeah, Robert wasn't necessarily afraid of her, but afraid of her having a son, and that son then coming to press his right to the throne, which technically he wouldn't have had a right, but you know, rebellions are gonna be rebellions, so that's what has to happen. And yeah, and I feel like he was at fault for that as well. That's Viserys. I mean, I guess you could say Viserys was a threat, but I would never consider Viserys a threat because he's fucking stupid. His dumbass deserved it too.
Yeah, Viserys just was a product of inbreeding, right? That's kind of was his problem.
Yeah, when they flipped the coin or who was going to be crazy and who was going to be sane, Viserys definitely got the 100% crazy.
He did, but he seemed okay as a child, but he grew into that paranoia, and
he got extremely bitter. I wouldn't say it's paranoia. He just got bitter.
Well, he kept being told, you know, this whole theme of Robert's hired knives who were chasing them when they weren't, and then he gets ingrained into his head that he is the rightful king. But we'll talk about the series later. Sorry, I keep getting off topic because there's so many people that
deserved it. There's so many people in this story that deserved it. What's good, Lauren's Corner? My lady. Always great to see you.
Lauren. Oh, yeah, I had a... So, I think Steve York said, Deceptors use their Christian names or surnames, but I do believe they would... I think they just use their first name, right?
I believe it's just their first name.
Just their first name.
Yeah, I think once you become a Septon, or is that maybe just the Maesters? Like, don't you forgo your house once you pledge yourself to those orders?
And it's the same thing with the Silent Sisters. Yeah, it's kind of the general rule. Just as you pretty much hear, even the Black Brothers, the Night's Watch, they go
like they keep their last names, but there's no power behind them. They put no power in their names.
And they usually all get a nickname that they go by for the rest of their life. It's kind of just it's a separation from oneself, from one's own desires,
so to speak. Oh no! You were frozen for a second, so if you were talking, then repeat what you said.
He drank and whored his way to an early grave. Do you have anything good to say about Bobby B?
I think I listed all the good that I could say in the beginning.
Yeah. I mean,
there really isn't much else to say about him. Everything else was just an absolute shit show. From the night of his wedding on down, it's been fuck up after fuck up after fuck up. After ignoring this, ignoring that, he complains about having Lannisters being all around him. Well, bitch, you're the king. Send them home and bring in your own soldiers from Storm's End. Why the fuck did you not have people from the Stormlands guarding you and your castle? Why are there so many Lannisters there? You could have easily handled that, Robert. You don't get to complain about it. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, he just gives in. He doesn't want to hear Cersei nag, so he gives in to every damn thing. He doesn't want to hear anyone nag. He just wants to live in peace. He was a fighter, and that's it. I will say he's a great fighter. I wouldn't even go as far as to say he's a horrible person. He's just willfully ignorant, which is
stupid.
One way to get through this horrible world, but he could have did something about it. He was just too lazy. That wasn't his forte. All he wanted to do was fight and bang.
Yeah,
and that
much.
Was his detriment there.
And that in the end is why he deserved it. You let yourself be blinded to, like, if Robert would have really paid attention, forget Stannis and Jon Arryn finding out the truth. If Robert really would have paid attention, he could have easily seen that those were not his children. Your child does not necessarily have to look like you, because I know genetics, you can't always predict genetics. However, in that world, you can track people's traits and you can see what is going to happen with what. So that's how Jon Arryn firmly solidified his proof that he got from Stannis's hunch. And I think it's funny that Stannis was the first one to even notice. You know why? Because Stannis actually pays attention. Don't get me wrong. He still fucking deserved it too. But he actually knows how to pay attention to things. And it wasn't just their looks. I think he accurately looked at the temperament of all three of those kids. And they were like, yeah, there's no way they share blood with me. Forget blood with Robert. You can just look at the Baratheons, who they are as people. There's no shared attribute at all.
We never even spent time with Joffrey. That was one of his regrets. I never even properly spent time with you. He just,
you know why he didn't spend time with Joffrey? You know why he didn't spend time with Joffrey? Because he may not, I feel like he might have had some type of inkling where Joffrey was concerned. The only interaction that has ever been talked about with Joffrey and Robert was when Joffrey's crazy ass cut open a fucking pregnant cat and came and showed Robert the dead baby kittens, like, here, and Robert smacked the shit out of him so hard it knocked out two of his baby teeth. And that's it. Robert was done with him dead, because he was like, oh no, your little crazy ass is gonna stay the fuck away from me. And he was done with Joffrey at that point in time. Done.
Bubba Husky, you don't know if Ashara deserved to leap to her death or not. Ashara Dane, we don't know anything about that woman.
I don't know if Ashara Dane ever leapt to anything. How you gonna tell me this woman leapt to her death on the rocks, but they never find no body? There's no burial. Yeah, no.
You know she's still alive, Bubba. Stop trolling us.
Right. She's still in disguise somewhere in the story. You ain't gonna convince
me. Really good comments. Really quick. Phantom Descent, of course, Robert deserved it. That's what he gets for slashing Cersei. Let's see. Oh, Thelma Fagan. Hey, from Jamaica. Okay, that's awesome.
Wait. Oh, hey, West Indian love. Thank you for coming through from Jamaica. Hold on, T-Baby. Yeah, Lyanna was not about Robert, but I'd run away with Rhaegar any day, because in my head, Rhaegar looks like Thor.
yeah, he does.
You know
just
what?
a little white hair.
Right. Except instead of blonde flowing hair, it's silver white flowing hair. So yeah, I mean, by all accounts, Rhaegar was sexy. So I'm sure that played into it.
And she loved him. Oh, saw the tank Benjamin. He knew how to keep the morale in the land. He knew how to keep the morale in the land high.
He knew how to keep his own morale.
He says, "Don't be hating on the drunk." At fake Arya. See, people are pulling some silver lining. The fearless mermaid. He had a great commanding voice. That he did.
He did. I'll give you that.
Let's see.
But see that, and he should have used that great commanding voice to actually do some good things for himself and for the realm. But no, it's Bobby B.
Claire Gray. Robert has false memory syndrome about Lyanna. He barely knew her. Same thing with Sansa and the Hound.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That's why Robert can't fathom that Lyanna didn't want him, because he thinks all women want him, and he stole my love. No, bitch, that girl left you. She never wanted you. That this is what he refuses to see in his memory. Because he only sees what he wants to see, regardless of what. He
Yeah,
says
that's
he
a good
wasn't as
point.
fine as he is in my head.
Oh my God. Circa Jean has never forgiven Robert for Lady. And yeah, you could say many people are implicated
Oh,
in Lady
word. Yeah.
stuff.
That's just another thing. Robert could have easily handled that. Lady did not have to die, but he's a little bitch when it comes to Cersei. Like you said, he doesn't want to hear her nag, and you know Cersei would have been nagging for the whole rest of the way back to King's Landing, and they had only barely crossed the neck by the time this rolled around. So yeah, he didn't want to deal with that. So he was like, "Oh, get her a dog; she'll be happier." No, bitch, she'll be happier with the fucking wolf she's been raising since it was a baby. How the fuck you gonna ask the Lord of the North? A direwolf is his fucking sigil, and you making him kill this majestic creature. Fuck you, Robert. You fucking deserved it.
Everybody just says he wants to bang a Stark. Yeah, I mean, maybe he
You
wanted a
know what?
warg of his own.
I was gonna say he probably never did get to bang somebody in the north, but no, I'm sure while he was visiting, there's some random Baratheon bastard also running around the north that we don't know about. Just like I'm sure Brandon Stark has a few bastards running around the north that we don't know about yet.
That's why John's Robert's kid. Ooh, just uncovered a new theory. I'm just kidding.
If you don't shut the hell up with that.
Can we call this one a draw, Steve York? No, no, we can't. We can't. Yeah,
Call
Pat
it a
Dawson.
draw.
Dawson.
How are we gonna call it a draw? No, sir. There is no calling it a draw.
Oh,
Robert
goodness.
deserved it on so many levels. Robert deserved it.
Happy 420.
Happy
WB
420
Zone.
for any of you that are in that time zone. Happy 420.
That's
T Baby
right.
says adult Robert was a tool. He was. He absolutely was. There's no mistaking that.
He's that guy who's popular and like, why is this guy actually popular? But you just can't deny it for some reason. He's just popular.
And that is the question that has plagued Stannis' dreams. There are two questions that have plagued Stannis his whole life.
I got a quote.
Why is Robert so popular? And what the fuck with Renly's peach? That's it. Those two questions give Stannis nightmares at night. The man stays up. He can't sleep thinking about his fucking brothers and why the hell people love them so much. But nobody likes Stannis. Kind of sucks.
We all know what my brother would do. Robert would gallop up to the gates of Winterfell alone, break them with his warhammer, and ride through the rubble to slay Roose Bolton with his left hand and the bastard with his right. I am not Robert, but we will march and we will free Winterfell. He just goes on with this.
And as much as Stannis can't stand Robert, he knows that, that Robert will pull some shit like that and it would work. Because Robert, that's why.
He's got that idiot savant nature to him, except when it comes to ruling.
Yeah, but but that's his laziness pulling in. And I agree with you. Book Stannis was much better than show Stannis. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, it's more complex. Not as much of a douchebag character. Robert's downfall was pretty horrific. Did he deserve it? Yes. But good gosh, I don't want to go like that with my entrails hanging out, my gut open to the world. Like that is some horrible stuff.
Gut it, damn.
Oh, it wasn't even sharp.
I lightweight. I don't know. I know injuries back then are hard to deal with, but I feel like Pycelle still might have been able to do a little bit more. I mean, it had enough time for Robert to be sitting there having whole conversations and shit.
Yeah, and then it was Balon Targaryen died of a burst belly.
That was burst belly. That's completely different. That's it. Well, that's a huge internal
He had got it ripped open in a boar hunt, I think, and then it got sewed up and then burst inside of him. It was weird. Yeah, that goes back into the Maesters. The Maester. Because Maester Pycelle is definitely a Lannister crony.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's been a Lannister fanboy since forever. And you know the funny thing about that if you watch that deleted scene with him and Tywin, when Tywin totally sees through his bullshit, Tywin don't give a fuck about Pycelle. Not at
Mm-mm.
all. Never has, never will. And right there, Pycelle's, basically saying, I've been so clever. I can't believe that other people can't see through. But of course, you, my lord, you would. And Tywin was just looking at him the whole time like, why are you still talking, bruh? Why are you in my space? You see I'm fishing, right? I can't get this time in my life back. Why are you here? Like, Tywin did not give a fuck about Pycelle at all. But Pycelle's been
So
fangirling him forever.
I hate to change the subject, kind of, but the chat's going insane about the sexual prowess of Cersei and Robert. Who do you think has the better sexual prowess? That is a question for the
You
ages.
know what? I don't know that I can call that, because we know that Robert definitely made the 8. If he had the chance, he probably would have went over to Essos and got some girls there too, but he never did. Cersei has been fucking everybody and even Moonboy for all we know, but she's never left King's Landing. So I can't say she made the 8, but it's not like she wasn't out there spitting game though. Just saying. That comment did not need to be deleted, Susan. I don't know if that was an accident or if you did it on purpose, but that T's cool. So we can. There wasn't anything in that comment that was bad. Just FYI.
Just a fact. Just a fact. Fact's okay.
Yeah, I mean, Cersei bangs anyone, but see, actually, no. I can say I think Robert would have her beat, because Robert uses his charisma to get.
And he eats that deer penis,
Cersei,
that ground up deer penis, right? And that gives him that extra
is that what it is?
bazinga.
No, well, yeah, either that or that fermented crab. One of the two. He was right there on the coast too, so I'm sure he had some of that fermented crab mixed in the mix.
Gives
But
a whole new meaning to nimble dick crab, huh?
doesn't it though? Robert uses his charisma. Cersei, she doesn't really, to me anyway, it didn't seem like she really fucked people for fun, except for Jaime. She used everyone that she slept with was to have some type of power over them. So I can't say that she was getting people just on her own, her own moxie. She didn't really use that gift like that. It was always a power play for her.
Yeah, she had more people wanting her per se, but I wouldn't say she was as practiced in it. She'd
I mean,
just been banging her brother since she was little. I mean, she had a lot of practice, but she knows what he likes. He may just be a freak and like some weird shit that no one else on the earth likes. And I could see that because they are freaks in general.
Yeah.
But they do fawn over her, but the Kettle Blacks were really quick to turn, although they were tortured. So, tomatoes, whatever.
Yeah, meh. But all things considered, honestly, all things considered, Robert did have some decent qualities about himself. However, he absolutely fucking deserved everything he got. He could have avoided a lot of the bad things that happened near the end of his life. A lot. But he chose not to, because he didn't want to see the world for the way it was. He was looking for another war to start. We saw that in the beginning when they were riding to back to King's Landing from the north. He said, Ned, something's coming. I don't know what, but I feel it. He was gearing up for that. That was what was in the back of his mind. Actual ruling and day-to-day stuff, he wasn't really caring about. And that was his downfall. He let all of the little things that he didn't want to do with go, and they came back and fucked him in the end.
Oh, Jojen spelled Jojen, I think.
For some reason, it's called Jojen.
Yeah. But with Robert, I can understand his willingness not to want to deal with it, but he didn't even take the time to interview people to put the right people in place. That's what kind of bothered me.
He
And
handed all that power off to John Aaron and said, "All right, fuck it, I'm out and about to go screw some more chicks and drink some more wine." Same shit he did with Ned, and at least Robert, in that little bit of sense, was self-aware. He at least said that, I'm trying to get you to come and run my realm while I drink and fuck myself into an early grave.
he already
Those were
had a
Ned's
retirement
exact
plan.
words, so
He's like, my 401k is wine and women.
right. He already knew he was fucking up, but he didn't. He didn't see the consequences of him fucking up, and that's an issue. That's an issue that came back and stabbed him in the gut, literally.
Aye, it did. It definitely did. Hold on just a second. Let me see. We got some good comments up in here. I hope everyone's having a great day and they're excited for the new episode of Thrones coming out tomorrow. Are y'all excited in the chat?
Just a few hours over one day. What is it? 5. Well, I don't know where you guys are in the world, but I've got just a little over a day for the next step to come out, and I can't wait.
27 hours or something. I've got it counted down. I'm doing
something around there.
A good breakdown this week. I made one last week, but it never made it off the Patreon page because I just can't bring myself to put a 23-minute breakdown out there. But go check out my Patreon if you want to see the first episode breakdown. I'm going to make a better one this week. I had like 7 streams in 7 days this week.
That's because you give yourself this grueling ass schedule. I need you to sit down and take a nap sometime.
I'm taking tomorrow off. So if y'all don't see me around, like today, I was in a coma for most of the day. But if y'all don't see me around, that's why. AK, do you have a prediction for the upcoming episode?
A prediction for the upcoming episode? I don't know if I can necessarily say it's a prediction. I feel like it's already fact. I mean, we already know Jaime's going to go on trial. I'm going to say that trial ain't going to mean shit. It's going to be everybody's saying things and getting a bunch of words out. But in the end, dude's got a Valyrian steel sword. Even though he can't fight good, they're still going to want him to fight. So, meh. That's all that's going to happen. This trial really isn't going to mean much.
I think it's going to mean more than you think, but not for Jaime. It's going to turn into the trial of Daenerys Targaryen. And the only thing that's going to stop this uproar is Tormund Beric and Dolorous Edd getting there, telling them the Night King is on their way. And this is going to be simmering under the surface once they escape Winterfell later. And it's going to be something, just a powder keg waiting to explode. I got to think of a new word. But hey, that's my prediction. Don't you?
I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Just trying to stamp out my little flame already. Just let me at least build it up. So no, I'm just kidding.
Oh shit! Ray got a copyright strike for the images he showed in the stream last week.
What?
YouTube is on some fuck shit. That's bullshit. All he was doing was all he had was the trailer scenes from the trailer going in his video last week. That's
really. I know you got to keep it around 6 or 7 seconds now, which is ridiculous when you think about it.
Ridiculous, exactly. And it still should have been under the Free Use Act because all he was doing was talking about and analyzing the scenes. That's annoying. YouTube is on some real fuck shit with this stupid algorithm and their copyright nonsense lately. It's so annoying. Well,
go support Ray's. He's awesome, and he will be back, and I'm sure he'll be throwing some stuff out. Definitely do that. Where can we find you, AK? And let's give him a little announcement. What's going to happen next? I know we saw. Dang it! I saw someone who wanted us to do Fake Aria. Who did you say you wanted us to do next time? And I guess go ahead and give a little announcement about what we're going to do coming up. We've had a good time today.
Let's see. Probably not next weekend because next weekend is Ice and Fire Con. So y'all might see me and the ladies streaming at some points during that. I cannot promise that though. Not sure what panels we're going to be going to or how much free time we're going to have. but you'll see something of us while we're at the con. I'll say that. So the weekend after that is probably when me and Johnny will be back with another two, possibly three folks that deserved it. Tomorrow night I will be live streaming my reaction during the show. So if you want to come watch with me, then jump on my channel. I'll be there probably from 8:45 on through till the teaser for the next episode. Outside of that, Mad Queens will likely have a discussion on Monday after the episode, probably on T's channel because I don't have my new laptop yet. But after that, then I think we'll jump to my channel, then maybe Monero or Lady D's after one of the two. But that's about all I have coming up. So in the near future. Yeah, I'll announce new stuff next time.
So definitely check out AK's channel because she's awesome. And Tad Dawson says they love you. They think you're awesome. Everybody loves you in the chat.
Thank you very much. I always say you can see me on other people's channels quicker than you can see me on my own. So thank you for coming through and always supporting the girl. I appreciate it.
Well, with that, you can find me Monday at 2 p.m. Eastern with Claire Gray, Catherine Cronin, and I think Mackenzie L. Burns. So it'll be an all-ladies panel because I'm a lady myself. And what's up, AU Pack Mule? Much love, my friend. Other than that, I'll be on Mackenzie Burns's episode club after that. And check out my Patreon. Become a crazy companion today. Lots of cool extra content, movie reviews, all that good stuff because I work so hard. If you want to join up, you'll love
really
it.
Does. Y'all don't understand. This man is a machine.
Don't make me blush. Hit all the buttons down below. Make sure you tell your friends about me. Because I put out the content. If you like it, come on with it. Bring it on, and we'll have a good time, and we'll have fun, and we will catch you on the next They Deserved It. So it'll be part 3 coming up, and I think we'll throw Stannis in there because I saw that. I see you. All right. Peace, everyone.
Peace.